Welcome back, Dirty Diggers. Do you recognize this site? Let me know in the comments if you did. And if you did, there's brownie points in it for you. For the new Dirty Diggers, here's a link to the first video from when we demolished the house on this property. Go check that out, and we'll meet back here when you do. For those of you that do remember, you'll know we had to clear all the trees and level this area out for that future dirt bike course. So I went ahead and started clearing up the trees with the excavator, and back here the next day with the skid steer just to finish clearing up the lot, plowing all the snow and just kind of leveling it out, just fixing up all the holes and cleaning up the brush. He asked me to do one final thing, which was create some banks on the pond, 2 separate banks, because he wanted to have some fishing platforms and just level up some sides so it wouldn't be so steep near the pond. So we're going to go ahead, finish clearing this up, and head over to the pond with the excavator, start digging out those banks. Alright, so we arrived over here at the first spot where we're going to be clearing up some brush. So basically it just wants like about 30 feet or so down from basically this kind of area here. So I'm just going to go ahead and knock these things all over. So we got some frost here. I was just starting to rip through it. I want to get this frost out of here so I'm driving on actual dry dirt and not sliding down before I end up sliding right down into the pond, because it's just, after that tree is just a drop off, and if I start sliding, there's nothing to stop me. So I want to make sure I don't end up in there. So to do that, I got to break up all this frozen stuff and get myself some nice textured dry dirt that I can position the machine on and actually dig without sliding everywhere. Looks like we got between, I don't know, looks like we got close to a foot of frost. Good 8 to 12 inches at least. Just gonna pile it up here now. I think you just want, like, it's supposed to be just like a landing kind of area. So basically from that opening is kind of where you showed me up until where the forest kind of started here, the edge where the trees start. So up to here, this kind of area. So it's about 30, maybe 40 feet here. I'm just gonna level up. He wants to be able to stand near the pond, maybe just a few feet above water on like a level area with maybe like a, I don't know, maybe do a little bit of ramp. So depending on how high the water is, if you want to go a little lower or whatever, but you want a nice level area with enough spot to comfortably be there fishing. So I'm assuming at least a good 10 feet down at the bottom. you're ever working on stuff like this with the excavator, it's very important to have traction because, well, any machine with steel blades or steel blades, any machine with tracks, especially if they're steel tracks, but basically any tracks, once you start sliding, you won't stop. You're just gonna go right down the hill. So very, very dangerous. I've had enough scares back in my younger days, and I still do now and then get the odd one. So just a second ago when I was pulling that brush back, I thought I started sliding a tiniest bit, and once you start sliding, it's very hard to stop. So, and then you need traction to get moving again. So that's the last thing you want to do, is be sliding down towards a friggin' pond that he said is anywhere from 10 to 15 feet deep down the bottom. And the way it looks like they dug it, just went straight down. Like there's no nice gradual banks. So even if I was to put my arm down, I might not be able to reach the bottom until I was already over the edge. And I don't want to find out the hard way. So like I said, I'd rather just carve myself out a nice path here and drive on nice solid dirt. Try to get rid of some of the snow even, because even just a little bit of snow and wetness on the tracks, that combined with frozen ground, you're big trouble if you start sliding. So always be conscious of that with track machines. Try to keep yourself level. And if you ever have to work on a slope, it's very important to have a way where you're not going, for sure not sideways. Sideways is the worst thing. Like if my tracks were sideways, I probably would have been sliding down. Keep it in a way where you can have your bucket or your blade or whatever it is in front of you, so you can at least stop and somewhat kind of control. It helps you out a little bit. But also try to get some drier stuff if possible for traction, or work your way in a way that you can break up dry dirt, something to grab traction with. And if you can't, maybe you got to reevaluate what it is you're doing on that slope. Even just make a pile over here. It's okay if we bury the brush anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's not doing anything with it. Satisfying ripping up frost. I don't know why, it's just very satisfying to just take those trunks out. Something very satisfying about that. It's just kind of the amount of frost that's like I can kind of deal with it without needing like a frost pick. It's not like super frozen. Sun's out too, it's helping. And the fact that it was under some snow and in the woods here helps it not be like the hardest kind of frost to rip up. Otherwise I might have needed like a frost pick to get through. Anything much more than a foot I don't really like doing with just the machine and the bucket, because it's very hard. It's hard on the machine. But if you can kind of chisel away at a corner, and then once you got dry dirt, you kind of keep working from that side and breaking it up that way, it makes it a lot easier. So we finished up the other section there. Now I'm going to start here on section number 2, which is this area here. Essentially, you see that little sort of a ditch, kind of swale type ditch thing over there that feeds into the pond. So from there over is where he told me he wanted the next section of about 30 feet. So I'm going to come and clear up all this brush here. It's already a bit of a pile there. I'm just going to pile it up over there, and then the dirt kind of like we did over on the other side there. So yeah, you can actually see the level down there. Looks like that's about a foot or two above whatever the pond would be. So I'm gonna bring down this, and he's already got a little bit of an area here, so I'm gonna bring it down to maybe similar to that height there. So same thing, I'm gonna take out pretty much, I don't know, good 8-10 feet out of this bank over here, clean it up, make it nice and level down there, and an easy gradual slope down here, and that'll be another area for them. And then we're wrapping up here, and we're getting out of this one. So yeah, start cleaning up this brush. All right, so here's our progress. I got everything all cleared up. I've just got it down to that lit level, about a foot or two above the water, just coming along, making it more or less level, cleaning up. Again, this is nothing super too pretty, just kind of making a big general level area, trying to get rid of the spoils as much as possible, and after just kind of bank it off or level it off, whatever. This is just basically to make a nice area for them to stand and fish off. So it's nothing too pretty, as you can tell. So it's left wild enough. So there's the piles there. I'm just going to continue going along and cleaning this up. And one little note I want to point out is I finally figured out what I can use my nice sunroof for. This is for me to stand up and be able to place the camera. Wow, so look at that. A whole new use I found out for this thing. Instead of hanging off the side of the door there, I can just stand up here and place it. So I'll let you guys stay up here and enjoy the view. Got some little makeshift kind of steps here, a little bit of a ramp. And there she is. Nice big area. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought. Well, this spot here probably has about 20 feet here of space. But yeah, all nice and level. Nice big area that can enjoy here, fish off of. You can stay your socially distanced more than 6 feet away from a couple people here. But yeah, so there you go. Now they can come here, enjoy their fishing. Couple locations. If it's not working over there, you got over here. You got some options. And yeah, just a nice little spot. Maybe we can set up a little table, have a little picnic area here. Be something nice. Well, it's time to go put the machine away, get the tracks cleaned up, and on to the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that process. Again, it was a little bit different, giving Let's DIG18 a run for his money with the pond work here, I'd say. Better watch out there. Dirty Diggers is coming for you. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed watching that, remember to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that, and certainly keeps me motivated to keep on going with these videos. Feel free to follow us on Instagram, dirty.diggers on Instagram, for more of a daily and regular kind of update on what we're up to and what we're doing. If you're new here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button for lots more Dirty Digger content. And once again, guys, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.